Hello, everybody. So today we're going to talk about Rizpah, and Rizpah is probably my favorite character. I just love her, but I've always been a sucker for the slightly crazy characters, the ones who have been through some really difficult stuff and you just have to dig your teeth into them. So she thrills me. What can I say? Now, I don't know that Rizpah was really legitimately crazy in the real story, but I think because of some of the things she went through, it is entirely plausible. So let me tell you who she is first. Not one of David's wives, not one of his daughters. She is actually a concubine of King Saul's. And in my story, she also helps raise Michal, Merab, and Jonathan, and Ishbosheth, who were Saul's kids. Um, so she has two children of her own with Saul. And later on, when David is king, they're in a famine. And so he inquires of God. He's like, why are we in the famine? Like, what's going on? And he says, it's because Saul disobeyed me by ignoring the sworn peace he had made with the Gibeonites. Um, and I won't go into that story, but you can look it up if you want. So David goes to the Gibeonites and then asks them, hey, how do we make this up to you guys? And what they say is, we want you to have 7 of Saul's male descendants killed and exposed on a hill before the Lord. Yeah. And David says, okay. So this is sounding really messed up, right? Now, here's one problem with that. The law said that was a big no-no. You don't like leave dead bodies just to be exposed. They need to be buried. And I'm not sure why David ended up being okay with this or what the thinking was. The Bible doesn't really comment on that. But it happens. And when Rizpah hears about it, I mean, imagine, she just found out her 2 sons are dead. She takes sackcloth and she spreads it out for herself on the hill where they are, and she protects the bodies throughout the entire harvest season because they're not having any rain. So she is making sure that the beasts don't get to the bodies and that the birds don't come and peck at them. And she's out there for potentially like 3 months. And I think she probably felt extremely alone. And she's not only guarding her sons, she's guarding Merab's 5 sons. So in my story, the Merab she helped raise her kids. So in a sense, they might have been like her grandchildren or like her nieces and nephews. Or, well, not nieces, but the nephews. So talk about a difficult situation. Your only company, dead bodies. Could potentially drive you crazy, right? So her perseverance and her determination to make sure that that sin of leaving those bodies exposed was dealt with ended up paying off. David, I guess someone finally paid attention to her, and then David came and buried those bones, and buried the sons' bodies with the bones of Saul and Jonathan, and then God had it rain again. So it was her action that ended up opening the door for God to bless the nation again. So what I love about her is her determination, her courage, her perseverance. And it begs the question, what sin is going on that needs, or that needs someone, trying to find my words there, needs somebody to take a stand. Maybe it's a sin in your own life. And Jesus was so serious about sin. And I know for me, it's really easy sometimes to just be casual about it, but it's not casual. It's a big deal. Jesus said, hey, pluck out your eye if it's causing you to sin, or cut off your hand. Not literally, of course, but like we have to be really serious. And Rizpah was. God blessed it. Or, what sin's going on around you, maybe in your ministry group or at school. Maybe there's something where you could be the spokesperson. You could be the one to stand up. And it would be tough, but God would bless it. So now while she's doing that, while she's standing up, it's not all, stars and rainbows. She's not excited about what God's going to do. She really doesn't know if it's going to pay off or not. And she asks these questions, do you see me, God? Does anybody see me? I feel so alone right now. is this, I mean, this is wrong, right? Right? And so I think sometimes when we are standing up for something, we're having to do it just on faith and trusting that God does see it. And we may not see the reward, but He will reward at some point. So a lot of faith in that lady. And I'll let you meet her, of course, in the show soon. But if you want to get acquainted with her prior, here's where you can go. All right. Yes, 2 Samuel 3 and 21. 2 Samuel 3 and 21. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.